This episode of the Be Easy podcast is sponsored by...
If you're looking for a barbecue, a mouth-watering steak, come down to Love's Barbecue and make you a plate. A pulled pork brisket, sausage, and ribs, with appetizers you won't forget. That's Love's Barbecue. Get a taste of Texas. It's Love's Barbecue, 13 miles west of Bernie, Texas, and Chillicothe, Texas, 79225. And with those baby blue eyes and that smile that's mine, this year when she turned 3, you better grab a hold of something close, something grabs a hold of you. And don't ask a question if you can't take the truth, 'cause it might be a reflection of you. I said it might be a reflection.
All right, coming to you live from the old abandoned Chillicothe Hospital, Chillicothe, Texas. This is the B to the
E to the Z.
and that is
Be easy.
Be Easy, baby. Give me that.
Check
that.
one. Hey, that's the part you need.
Give me that. Give me that. Man, I used to love this album right here.
There's a bunch on there. There is a lot.
Still can't hear nothing, Zach? Or you got that fixed?
I can hear it. I just don't
I
hear
know there's so much of that I still
We
don't
need
like to listen to.
We need to see what Earl's microphone is.
We need to turn
Is
that
it
shit
still
down,
going?
boy. I'll be loud.
Well, I'm up in it today.
Hey, I was up in it earlier.
Whoa,
Check one.
Hell yeah. Oh, you're good now.
Are we talking about the same thing?
No, but that album for all the crude and stuff on it, you know, that Eazy-E,
Yeah.
it's got some killer bass lines and shit.
Oh,
the
yeah.
music on it, it's like the way they sampled it and the shit they put together. It's like crazy.
That's why I like
Yeah, I know it
them.
is. It's
They're-
like,
I like the music
it's
more.
effective. Yeah,
But the word, you know.
a lot of it's like
see
just like
why.
that song. That song's crazy. But there's some other shit that's like, damn, it's probably. But anyway, nah, it's the way he put shit together. The bass lines and shit, the undertone.
Okay, let's see if we can hear this.
What is it going?
Some feedback.
Oh yeah, go for that. You didn't get it.
See if you ready to hear this, Zach?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Some
buddy.
feedback from
so
He
not
just got
listener.
hooked up.
Listening to your podcast today with Sharon. I just want to tell Zach or you guys, you know, about the devil being on you. It's kind of crazy. It's been for me 20 years. This May was the day after school got out for the summer. And my 11-year-old son, his step-grandfather on my husband's side was just being stupid and shot him. And then didn't call 911. Instead, they loaded him up and brought him to me in the car. Anyway, it's been 20 years, and Josh is my oldest son. Both of them I had there when I lived in Chillicothe, there in Vernon. When he got, well, they're only a year apart, and you know, whenever Josh has any kind of milestone, it's hard. Even when Josh got married, I have other children, and you know, Zach was talking about trying to be happy. I'm always trying to be happy, but I'm always feeling guilty too. But you know, it's been 20 years, and I mainly just have to think about him as his present time and not dwell on him not being here. But I wanted to say that one of the sad things that's happened to my oldest son, Joshua, him and Jeremiah was only a year and a half, 15 months apart, is when him and his wife got married, they had a miscarriage on the same day that Jeremiah died, the anniversary of. A few years later, they had a little girl, and she was fine. And then they had a second little girl in 2020. And they didn't tell me till the day she was born, but they decided to name her in honor of Jeremiah, so they named her Maya. So her name is Maya Grace. And anyway, she was born. Everything we thought was great. But she had to go back to the hospital in a day. And if you ever get on my Facebook or whatever, I don't know if we're friends, but now we're going into 3 years, and she's got a lot of issues. She has a feeding tube, and it just bothers me. It hurts me that her name is Maya, and I think it's the devil, just working on my mind like that. I love her, and she's great. She's wonderful, and me and her are real close. But it's just like another, as Zach's saying, like, the devil is just following. Anyway, I just want to tell Zach, I know what you're going through, Zach, and I just wanted to tell you that there's not anything you can say, like you said, but just know that I've been thinking about you and your mom, your family. I love your mom, and back in high school, we have the same birthday, and me and her talk on Facebook, or used to. So y'all been in my prayers, and I think about y'all a lot, and I think this podcast is awesome. Anyway, I hope y'all have a great day. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.
This was a message?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I want to clarify. I don't hate that her name is Maya. I feel like the fact that we named her Maya,
Cursed her.
it's as if we set that up, for the devil to attack her, I guess is what I meant. So I just wanted to clarify that it's not that I hate her name being Maya after Jeremiah. I just thought how that might sounded terrible. But anyway, I think maybe y'all understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Thanks. Bye.
There's just some things that can't be explained.
And that's one of them right there.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Don't go trying.
That's a lot.
That's terrible.
That's generational cursing. That's a.
Well, we was talking about Gilberts and stuff. Mm-hmm. Talking about because we was talking about Bradley Gilbert.
She was kin to him.
Yes, that's like first cousin. I think she's a first cousin.
Yeah.
So,
anyway, I don't know about that, but
maybe we need to talk to her about that. I had that wrote down already, a Bradley Gilbert episode.
Yeah, well, we did. Yeah, we talked about
that from the beginning.
Thing, because we could talk about several people that knew a different perspective, and
we could talk about that for weeks, dude.
Yeah, probably a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we want to do it consecutively.
I've heard some crazy shit about that, some leads and shit.
Oh yeah,
that they assumed. You know what I'm saying?
But
we can't. Some of that was we can't.
Right? You probably we got off.
Yeah, they probably come arrest us.
Well, we're eventually gonna piss somebody off.
Oh yeah, it's done happen.
That's right. You ain't wrong.
I damn near pissed my wife off.
Well,
that happened a long time ago, didn't it?
Yeah.
What'd you say this time? I did what didn't I cut out for you?
It's been up and down.
There it is, Chris.
It's my fault.
It's up and down, ain't it?
That Chris, I told him to cut that shit out. If it wasn't for Chris, you'd have never heard it.
That's the best way.
That is the truth.
Where's my 5? The gain on 5 has got to go down. Check 1. That's good right there. Thank you. I was crackling and popping. Not like it is when I get out of bed in the morning because I'm old.
Shit.
But
I know. I have stairs at my house. Not my friend.
I can see how they couldn't be.
Either way, up or down, either way.
Hey, at least you know if you fall down the stairs, you're not going to bite through your lip.
Yeah. Break my eye bone or something.
Shit, I'm right there. I'm right there with you. I'm telling you.
Oh man,
I'm ready for mine. I'm dead serious, dude.
Oh yeah, much better.
Yeah, it's got to be. I need to quit giving you a hard time. I'm gonna give you a complex. Next thing you know, Chris won't even talk.
I just sit here and like,
nah, fuck that. Fuck that.
Right. I don't see it.
You can't take it. You shouldn't have been born. Should have got it. No.
So. Yeah, that's our first feedback. That was pretty deep.
That was pretty deep.
That was a lot.
That was decent.
I'm surprised. I guess
that's what
pushed it to.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
it was real good.
That was not about God so much, but the devil.
Just the devil.
No,
what he does.
Well,
but why?
How it works in your life.
Oh man, if God.
Well, you talked about it, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's how it works in your life. It's how you work it out, and how it works into you.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, if ever in your life that you need the Lord, that is a person that needs the Lord. I mean, really. If you think the devil's on top of you, then you better get the Lord.
Yeah, because he will take you.
You ain't wrong. Yeah, you're right.
He'll take you down.
Yeah. A little bit at a time. or a lot. You know,
Quick.
He took
He can do it.
took some of ours quick, and then he's working on taking my mind, but he's been working on that for years.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
He's taking your
workshop.
He's taking your eyesight right now.
Son of a, that's right.
Well, I don't know who
Well,
is,
it's a
but
frustration.
I think that's just
it's kind of a
life.
it's the thing that
You
wears
said it
on
is.
you. It makes
Old
you
age.
frustrated. They
Call
said
it
it's
whatever you want.
it's like a thing that frustrates you. It works on you.
I mean, I lost my kids. I lost my pinky. Then they told me that I might have glaucoma and I'm losing my vision. What else can I lose? You know what I'm saying? Do you need a kidney? They're in bad shape. But you can have one. I guarantee you'll be drunk when you wake up.
Look, they'd be like, "Nah, we don't need one."
Yeah, you'll be drunk. Only person gets a kidney transplant wakes up drunk. What the fuck? Or anyway. I mean, that's how it is. Sorry. Hey, beggars can't be choosers.
Whatever
what I
else
mean?
you want to pass
Hey,
on.
if you're on a kidney transplant list and you need a kidney, you beggars can't be choosers. I mean, oh, it's terrible. Oh man.
I mean, choose your poison.
I know that's right.
You're right.
What are we doing?
Are we?
We weren't.
Is there anything else we need to
We
hear?
weren't recording.
Yeah, we are.
That's some great shit. That's what you say.
That's probably some sound bites.
Yeah, some shorts. It's true. I wrote just started writing the other day, and I wrote talking about it's hard to keep up with this fake smile of mine. Anyway, I wrote several that I don't play. I walk around this house looking down for fear of what I might see on the walls.
You saying that for me?
Yeah,
You saying that for us?
I did.
You have.
I think so. Something.
It's not
To me, I don't think nobody else. I don't remember no else. I think he's in my yard. I think he's in my yard in the porch.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
This one I just wrote. Some of it coming back from Wichita when they told me I had glaucoma.
Because wait, I can't read it now.
My mama told me always. My mama told me so many times you need to stop that or you'll go blind.
She was right.
Put it away, boy. Put it away. That's nice to you. Just kidding. So
What?
I forgot what I wrote, and I'm
You
blind.
just can't read it. It's big, dude. It's wrote like
I wrote it great big.
one letter per page. I'm not going to look. I'm going to do it real fast. Like,
This is a process. Everybody might steal my process of how to write. It's just it's good.
they can figure it out. They can
They
have
can
it.
follow it.
That's the podcast.
Close.
Take some practice.
That's the common question. I'm going to be honest with you.
How you been?
And my answer's always the same. Or how are you? That's
How you
one.
doing?
I'm here. That's all. That's the answer I always have is I'm here. Barely.
Well,
Sometimes I am.
Sometimes I'm not.
exit qualifier.
Sometimes I don't want to be. Yeah, I'm be. See, I think that people be humming that at work. B
Yeah.
E
Man,
Z.
I catch people all the time singing that Loves Barbecue song. and I said, yeah, man. I said, who was I telling that to? I said, yeah, hey, I said, Jimmy. Maybe it was Jimmy. I can't remember who it was. And I said, I need to write another one. I don't know. You can top that one.
Yeah, that was pretty
That's
good.
it, yeah.
I said, well,
I think you can,
you just
but
don't know me. They set me down
Yeah,
right
that's
by
it.
Hank Williams, and they said, I want you to write a song about this. Hank Williams stole it from me, to be honest with you. You know the you're
Play with it.
cheating hard. Yeah, when he went into the big recording studio, and they said, "How do we know that your hillbilly ass wrote this shit?" Okay, well, give me a topic, and they wrote a topic. He said, "Okay, you see your wife walking down the street with another man." Okay. And they went and had him. We're going to go have a cup of coffee. That's what they called a cup of coffee back then to get him signed. And actually he wrote that song. By the time he got back, he had that whole song.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a bad man jammer. But anyway, is one of those people that was not of this earth.
right.
Some people are.
Prince, Elvis, Michael Jackson.
There wasn't many of them guys.
Extraordinary.
Yes, absolutely correct.
Extraordinary.
Elvis Presley, for sure. You're crazy. I didn't even used to like Elvis, but Elvis.
Right? I don't necessarily either. I think he was exploited in a lot of things, but
He is
dude,
the
it's
king.
unreal. Yeah,
He
it's
is
unreal.
Look, watch Elvis in Vegas, y'all. Y'all don't understand why they call him the king real quick.
Well, it just already like his talent that he had with his voice, and then they didn't let him out. Whenever he did do what he wanted, like trying to write stuff and be creative and stuff like that, it was crazy. They didn't let him.
Yeah, well, yeah, and he's the only man that can actually take a hymnal and change the words to it, and he did.
Yeah, that's right. He was a
Peace in
gospel singer.
Peace in the Valley.
Dude, he was already, that's what he was, because he had always come from that. He was a gospel singer. Anyway.
See, that's how I was going to end it. Was
Well, no, that might be, we're getting away.
that's how I was going to say it.
I'll cut that out now.
Be easy, baby. It's going to be tattooed, bearded, and crazy.
Yeah?
No,
I like that. I like that.
I'm not offended, dude. I'm telling you what, that was like a while back, too, that I was trying to remove that word from my mouth and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
But
I was working on shit.
I told you to remove certain things.
Yeah, I have too. It's a practice. It's a practice of doing things, and that was one of them I was trying to do because I felt offended,
Oh, exactly.
and I felt I'm not offended, but you know what? What is it called?
Crazy.
No, but it's not offended. It's what they call it. Call it like a stigma, like there's a view on you that's
It's
it's a stigma.
well, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people got this idea of it.
That's right. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I
Some
that
people
knocks
think
you off.
the boy still do
Oh,
drugs.
he's crazy. You just write
That
him
boy
off.
still do
They
drugs.
wrote off.
Rode off.
You wrote off.
Rode off. Yep.
Yeah.
You been to jail?
You're judged.
You're a terrible person.
Yeah, you're there. You are with me. Yeah.
Well,
So
I
we'll
mean,
be
but
judged
for
the-
different reasons.
We'll be judged for the rest of our lives.
You're right.
Especially in a
No,
small
you're not
town in
wrong,
Texas.
dude.
Turn
But
me
yeah.
up a little bit.
Well,
Turn
because
me
it's easy doing in a small town. You got less judges.
Oh yeah, yeah. Lots more important of them. More important judges. Too.
Well, probably so. But we're right. We're not wrong.
Oh yeah, absolutely. My dad called me paranoid one time. Hurt my feelings worse than that. Terrible.
Oh, well, why?
Because I was paranoid.
Yeah, I know. I'm too. I don't think that
shit don't go away though.
Nah, that's what I'm saying.
It just intensified it. You know what I'm
It's,
saying?
you got to choose what to be paranoid
I was
about.
like, I was outside and I was like, hey dad. I said, you see that right there? You see that star? That ain't no star. That's an eye in the sky. He looked at me and said, God damn, boy, paranoid. They were out on the back porch after I went to a vacation, and they were out on the back deck. And Shane and my dad, they're all drinking. He's like, hey, Dad, look up there. If Dad Zach was here, he'd say look at that. That's the eye in the sky. And they started laughing. That fucking eye in the sky, that little star went and flew directly over.
Yeah.
My brother said, I will never doubt what you say again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a thing. There's a word, neurotic or neurosis. I mean, you go with a negative thing. It's hard not to be that way.
My brother told me
That you run off in a circle of negativity.
yeah. What'd you call me?
That's what it is. No, I have the same problem, dude. It's neurosis. You're neurotic.
Of the liver.
Well, that's something else.
That's something different.
You can cause that. But no, there's people, it's that way. It's hard to fight. It's a thing you got to fight.
it is.
The negative thinking and stuff. And that's what they call it. They call it that. Neurosis, neurotic. You tend to run away in a circle of your thoughts.
Yeah,
Do you not? Hey, you do that too, Bucky, right?
Idle mind.
Oh, yeah.
You have negative thoughts and they run away with you?
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Hey, there's people
the
that
time.
really run away with that. Even more. All the time, yeah. But you see it. That's what they're doing, though.
Who's side effects? I ain't got no fucking side effects. What you talking about?
Yeah. Neurosis.
Yeah. Of the liver. But anyway.
Neurotic?
I mean, it's true. I mean,
It's not erotic. It's neurotic.
You know, you get talked about so much, and you start taking things personal.
That's
Or not even talked about so
Well-
much. You start feeling guilty so much about things that you've done, then you really start taking so personal. Like, me, for example, we're going to leave that out.
I thought this was supposed to get deep.
Yeah, boy, I could get deep on it.
I thought it was about to, dude. I
Just
swear.
ask her.
I was feeling it. I was feeling
That's what
it.
she said.
That's what she said. What?
She didn't say that.
They said, short stuff.
Bitch lied to you.
Hey, what?
I don't care as long. He didn't hurt my feelings enough.
I know. That's what she was doing. She tried to pump you up right then. Well, it was almost getting something we could air.
Yeah.
You can still air that.
I don't know if Miss might not like that.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the earlier.
She messaged something about, oh, it's so awesome. Y'all can just say what's on your mind. I'm like, hey, I don't think you want to always know what's on our mind.
Don't open that door. We won't be talking about how many.
Biting my lip right now.
Two boys stand up on bridges. And,
What are you talking
the water sure is cold, deep too. She's cool people.
Yeah.
Her whole family are cool people.
No, yeah, that's no
Besides,
shit.
You ever seen her dance? She is one. Her and her husband are dancing fools, boy. They should have been on TV.
Dancing with the Stars.
For real. I mean, I'm dancing. I mean, talking dancing fools.
Interesting.
Things you just don't know about your teacher.
That could be. You don't know about the teacher. You go.
Oh.
Yeah. We don't need to start spurring
Time
off
out.
of that.
We're going to take a time out.
There was a day and age.
This show must be paused for middle prosperity.
Break.
Mental prosperity. There was a time and a day and age for that, but that time is past.
Yeah. Shoot.
The day and age is no more.
Sometimes, hey, till you get it over with, sometimes it'll never pass.
Well, I hear that. That's
Yeah.
why you got to keep back. That's why people question these things like podcasts when we're going to bring shit up.
Jerry Lee said, "Baby, be careful what you say. Zach will put it on his podcast." I started laughing.
No shit, yeah.
I want to thank Sumner Calling and Jerry Lou Smoker for proudly listening to BEZ.
BZ
That means they
podcast.
listen. That's
That's
right.
exactly right. Oh, and she told me how she thanked me and to tell y'all thank you for getting Sharon on here. You know, because they're cousins.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well,
They
like I said,
can
that's
vote.
kind of a...
And she said, I'll never forget what your daddy, talking to me, what my daddy said the night of the Drapers viewing of the floor, whatever.
What did he say?
He said, I just can't imagine, and I hope something like that never happens to me.
I can't imagine that, dude. You can't
No,
imagine
nobody can imagine it.
No, that's surprising.
Don't
She
want to.
remembers
I
that.
mean,
Hell no.
That's haunting that she remembers that. You know what I mean? I don't know what else to say about it.
some people only. I'm like that. Remember certain things about.
Hone in on that one thing. It's connected. In a way.
I just can't remember much. You know.
Yeah.
How things can be connected in so many different ways.
Well, they are. Everything's interwoven in a way. You can't even
butterfly
imagine.
effect.
It's a matter. It's a matter of you finding those ways that are connected and discovering that, and how. You know what I mean? It's hard to do ahead of time.
You know, it's like
Impossible.
so many of my songs that I wrote way before apply so much to what my situation is now.
But you didn't do that when you wrote them.
Huh?
You weren't applying it when you
Oh
wrote
no,
them.
hell no! Wouldn't have thought in my mind like that. But
Right.
you know, but I mean, it's like so many songs have been like, damn, that's
Well, that's with a lot of the materials that way, dude. It changes over time. Whether you didn't change it or not, but it changes to you as you revisit.
The meaning, maybe
Well, it's like the Bible, dude. People read it over and over, right? I mean, how many people read it? But you read it again, you get something different out of it
Yeah, every time.
because it speaks to you different as you are different. Right. Only other book. I tell you what, I found out too. Like they call it the Big Book, is the blue book or whatever for AA. It's got these stories of people, and I tell you, it's crazy that way too, dude. I'd read it, and I'd read it some months later after I've been some other shit, and it reads different. Like it don't mean nothing to you, and then it does, or vice versa. It means something different. It's crazy. You just got to do it over and over. Same shit that don't seem like you ought to do that. But tell you what, it's like. But I tell you what, the Bible's the ultimate of that.
yeah.
As far as you read it, you don't
Get
know what it
something
means,
every
and
time,
it comes to you
yeah.
later, or it comes to you different. It's like totally different point of view. It's like I didn't even think that, or whatever, and it distracts you. That's why that's part of that's just
Lord said.
part of the magic book. It's magic. It is.
I mean,
It's like
really.
you
I mean,
can't-
we've talked about that before.
I
About
think we have.
that's the only way to really get through this life.
Oh man, yeah, but please believe, and if you don't believe, then seek help.
Well, yeah, there you go. Find it.
Yeah,
You have to
whatever
seek it.
but
You have
find
to seek
whatever
it.
is.
That's right. You
Call
got
me
to.
up. I'll help you out.
Yeah, we'll help you seek it.
I'm dead.
Oh, we talked
serious.
about what was that one you had one called Fisher and Men? What was that?
Yeah,
We
that's
talked
gotta be
about
that
the
one.
same stuff.
Same kind
yeah.
of stuff, was it?
Yeah.
That came out.
Yeah, like I said, that's the one I talked about. How giving people a ride from my house being broke down and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's all you can do. Sometimes you just gotta be out there, and sometimes they find you,
Yeah.
right? Don't
Absolutely,
they? A lot of times when you just put yourself out, but you gotta put yourself out
but
there.
you say, I mean, you can say, I mean, and that's the deal. You know, I'm a firm believer. If God tells you to do something and you don't do it, bad things happen.
Yeah, I hate to say that.
You know, and I asked specifically, And he answered it, and I walked out of there and blew it off like, I still didn't. And I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I just don't do it.
Well, you ain't the only one, dude. I think there's things we're all.
If it was like, if it could be, do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah.
That might apply.
We all do shit like that.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying.
It's hard to do that, dude. I think I said that too. Like, as far as I can always figure out somebody else's problems and what they need to do. I can't ever tell what the I need to do or fix my shit.
Well, I'm gonna tell you.
But I can always figure out somebody. And I'm not saying arrogantly or whatever, but I can. You know what I mean? I can't figure out my own shit.
Oh, I know it.
They call it. I've seen that. It's called a searchlight soul. You're the beacon. You can tell people. They come to you even.
Yeah.
But you know what? You can't fix your shit for nothing.
Nathan. Red alert, Nathan.
Interesting.
I mean, it's that's for real. You're exactly right about that. Like moths to a flame.
But that's a lot of people. That's
because people want to believe. I mean, people.
I believe that about a lot of stuff, man. As far as I've seen people in other positions of that.
I mean, I've got. Did I talk about does that episode talk about when the girls had COVID, when we had COVID?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good episode, I think.
I think that was a God one.
That was probably be one that probably needs to be put on.
It's coming up.
Yeah.
I mean, we got stuff.
Yeah, I'm just kind of working
That's why I was
through.
looking at that today. He sent me a deal. We was talking about what we're going, the order, like how we need to do next.
And when I get to talk about God, I go to rambling, so you might think I'm Jerry Lee Lewis.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
I had some people talk. They liked when you talked about that. So
Yeah, I've had lots of people ask me why I'm not talking about that. But well,
in time.
yeah.
oh yeah, well just stored it here and there. And
But it's just some things that you can only put so many things off to coincidence. Like I said, man, I got to check on that saying because I feel like I'm saying it wrong. And the very first thing when I get home, I turn YouTube on. That's the very first thing that was said. It's first man was Adam. Seventh from Adam was Enoch. I used to say seventh from Enoch was Methuselah, but that's not the saying. And I said it for like years because that's what I thought I heard when I was a kid instead of going back and looking it up. And it's seventh man was from Adam. Adam's first man, obviously. Seventh man from Adam is Enoch. Enoch was Methuselah's father. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Methuselah was Noah's
Right.
grandfather. And, that is, if you want to do the time between Adam and Noah is like thousands.
Yeah. Just within those, because
But it's God told Enoch when Methuselah dies, I'm destroying the world. And that's why he let Methuselah live so long. It's because he loved us so much, he just kept giving us chances to change. And so when Methuselah died, Methuselah's name means, it's a phrase. People's names used to be in phrases. It's like, break it down to, our language, hillbilly. It's his death shall bring. And he died 7 days before the great flood. And he was the only one telling Noah, the crazy man, that, hey, building an ark, and it's never even rained on the face of the earth.
it's going to rain.
The heavens will rain from above, waters from above and waters below. It never rained. It just, the dew was so thick, it would go from there every morning and come back down.
It wasn't, one thing. And that's why it was so even crazier. That's
like a real fact. I mean,
it is. I know. That's what people don't even understand. People are like, he was like saying it was going to rain and this was coming. You know how many people didn't believe him? Because it didn't rain before that.
Yeah, that's why. What do you mean rain?
Right.
It's
We've never seen that.
It's so much water's going to come out of the sky. Are you crazy? And
It's not going to stop.
And Methuselah, his grandfather, was like, hey, you just keep doing what he's telling you to do. And that's what happened. And they were begging to get on that ship. They tried to get on it. Matter of fact, that's why he locked it. It was locked up, He had to keep the bloodline back pure because, that's it, for real. That's exactly what happened.
Like, out you peasants.
There's too many genes. There were too many recessive genes of of angels. Genesis chapter 1, verse 6, the Nahab Elohim could not resist the daughters of the sons of man. Therefore, they went in, and what came from that was the great warriors of old. And if you don't believe that giants didn't used to walk the face of the earth, you better check again. 2014, Seymour, Texas, was an 18-foot skeleton found. They did the math. He'd weighed 2,500 pounds. Was in the paper one day, then just disappeared. Look it up.
There you go. Put it out there.
Look it up. So if you don't believe that there was giants on the face of the earth, you're wrong. When he sent Israelites into the Philistines' camps, and to see what they were, to send 2 spies, and they came back and they said, we are mere grasshoppers to their men. They really meant we are mere grasshoppers to their big ass giants. I mean,
there's some other.
You can take what the Bible says. I don't.
They
know,
ignore
that's not what that meant.
right.
That meant, but yeah, but that is in that case, it's what it meant.
They did. There's some other stuff they ignore from that time. They find bones and stuff like that. Other from the talk about the Philistines and stuff like that. They ignore it. They're like, okay, yeah, they were like way bigger than
World War I was basically.
It's conspiracy.
A cover up for going and digging up every giant that was buried in the face of the earth in our continent, in Europe's continent and everything else. Did you know during World War I that's what they did? They went and dug up all these mounds and started digging on these mounds because you don't bury a giant back in the day. You put dirt on top of them because who wants to bury that, dig that big asshole? You know what I'm saying?
Pile dirt on it.
You trying to have the conspiracy?
I'm telling you right there, man. That is, don't get me started.
I know. Now that's one.
That's a.
It's not that old. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, no. But there was
Greek
other stuff,
mythology,
and
Greek
they have other stuff as far as like it was just common knowledge that they've tried to bury.
Okay, so
And then, there's evidence. Like I said, there's bones and everything else. It was like,
well, it's Greek mythology. Got all over the. It's not a continent, whatever the island of Greece or whatever it is.
well, there was what?
You know what I'm saying? Greek mythology is, they used to say there were, it's mythology, but because they worship Zeus and all this other stuff.
Right.
Okay, but are you telling me back in the day, all over this whole miles and miles and miles of country that what they do? They watch TV and somebody made it up? No, bullshit.
Well, they did. They embellish on that.
Every bit there's truth in every just kidding.
They did, but they've proven more than that. Hey, but they've proven more and more of that in every piece.
You ever heard that saying?
Yeah.
There's truth. There's truth in every JK. So if a motherfucker says something to you and says, "Hey, just kidding," there's truth in there.
Well, that's what they did. But even after hundreds and thousands of years of them thinking that was bullshit, they had proven more and more of it. No, but they had proven more and more of it. Like whatever they were like, oh, Troy was this place. Well, they went back there and they're like, that shit didn't happen once. It happened like I don't know how many times over the past. Things aren't recorded.
Okay, so I want you to think of this. In times of Revelations, the angel is going to come. There's an archangel is going to come down here, and he's going to dig up these angels that have been buried in the face in the earth, and cast them in the lake of fire. That's what our Bible says. Okay, now what does Greek mythology talk about? Who's buried in the earth? Who is it? The 13 most fierce warriors ever? Terrorist kids, you know what I'm saying? Blood fell from the sky and she became pregnant and she had 13 of the fiercest warriors ever. There is all the ancient wonders of the world were all made by celestial beings. Now you can't make me change my mind, and ain't nobody ever told me that.
Ancient aliens. What do you?
He call them angels, call them aliens.
That's what I mean. That's the same thing. Yeah, you're right. That's what I'm saying. That's some. It's hard. That's another crossover, dude. A lot of people believe that it's like these were some other celestial being.
Yeah, they came down here and they.
What's a celestial being? What's an angel? Is it not a celestial being?
Celestial being is an angel.
Exactly, dude.
But it's like they went. Therefore, they went into them and what came from the great words of old. Therefore, they put genes in them or eggs in them.
Yeah. Well, there's some lost books of the Bible as well that aren't accepted.
Well, they took Enoch out of our text. Enoch's in the Hebrew text.
Well, there's more. Yeah, there's some other ones too that are in Hebrew text, and there's some that are in neither.
Because people don't. They don't want you to hear what Enoch had to say. Because he talks about the 5 different heavens, and he talks about how this is for this.
Is it the Watchers? He has the Watchers.
Absolutely. That's the
it was the interbreeding. It was the interbreeding of angels and people.
And that's all back in Methuselah's time. God just let that go for a long time because He created them. And the rule was you did not intertwine.
That's a book. That's Enoch. And there's some other book too. Is Enoch and there's something else.
But He told you couldn't. So what happened is these angels had kids with the daughters of the sons of man.
Yeah.
And that's where we learned all our knowledge. Like he started that this angel, and they can even name you the names in this book. And
right. I know.
Talk about the name of the angels.
Angels, yes.
And this angel was the one over sorcery. This one was the one over growing crops. This one was the one over war. There's all sorts of stuff and he punished those. And like the devil's not even the worst angel.
I
mean, really,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. There's
if
more
you
to
read
the
about-
story.
oh,
You're
yeah.
right. You're right. There's more to the story, and it's hard to say.
and it's hard to grasp, but
Well, no. You're right. You're talking about the Book of Enoch. There's more than that too. There's several other books like that are lost.
Well, I mean,
that are not accepted, like King James version. That are
right.
not.
You know, the Bible does. You got to pay attention to what it's talking about. You know, I can't remember exactly. I'll look this up, and I shouldn't even say it before I get started, but I'm going to.
Okay.
There was a person that was picked up by two angels. This is the gist of the story. So he was picked up, and he was taken to different places on that. You know, through Egypt and all these places that were miles and miles and miles and miles apart. And every time he went to the next place, he said he was physically unable to speak, or you know, and he's talking about being on a ship. How he went not teleported, but it's just the words that are said make you think that they picked him up, put him in the ship. Hey, let's go. Let me show you something. You know,
Magic.
Yeah, let's go. Gone.
Yeah.
Magic carpet ride.
Yeah. I would like to take one of them as long as they brought me back.
Yeah. Like, wait a minute, you leave me
Hey
here?
man, if they just give me some, you know,
What?
shit. Hell, I don't know what's the ride cost. A little probing.
No, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about.
Should I be a guinea pig? Come on, take me up. I just want to see. Just let me see.
I think that's happened more than once.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that's we get started talking about this. The Men in Black. Here we go. Don't get me started.
No, yeah, I'm a believer in that as well.
Bum.
Hey, that's as big a weird thing as, like I said, magic carpet. That's a way of explaining things that you can't put into words.
Yeah, absolutely. And you think you think that's crazy. You know, people say this time on the face of the earth is the worst time ever. You know, that's bullshit. Take
Always.
a glimpse
Take a
take a glimpse into the Old Testament, and then you tell me that again. How about you go live 5 days in the Old Testament times and tell me that it's worse now than it was then?
Well, it's like turning it in your head. It's like, it's always going to be you can't figure out what's going on now.
Sodom and
You
Gomorrah.
can't figure it out.
You know?
Well, I tell you what, a lot of people don't realize. There's times, that's you'll come back to like that. I think people don't realize what was going on then was the same kind of thing, but there was like, they'll put specifics in there. There was debauchery, that this was going on and this was going on, and people, I don't know, it sounds like a Vegas town, like, you know what I mean? Like they were
Sodom and
gambling.
Gomorrah.
There was all kinds of stuff. And I mean, they talk about sodomy and
what was the Roman town that was all for gambling and they had? It was on the island. Remember?
Oh, there's more than one. Yeah, there's been some.
It's when did the mount whatever blew up and the lava came down on
Pompeii?
the town?
Pompeii was.
That was what that was for. It was for all the rich folks, all the what's it called?
It was the city. It was the urbanization. It was like,
who's the guy that owned the island?
Is that what sophisticated?
Einstein or
Yeah,
Whatever
yeah.
name.
What's his name?
No, but that's
Epstein.
what-
Epstein.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what people think sophistication, and
Yeah.
it gives you that image of that.
Yeah, we don't want to get really too much religion. I mean, we believe what we believe in.
That's right.
but,
That's right. Absolutely. I'm not knocking anybody's religion.
Yeah.
All religions lead back to the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, there was
How you get there?
six. There were six. What was the?
We gotta be quiet.
Yeah, I mean, I that
You're talking about the Catholic Church, though. That's hard.
no. I
That
didn't
was
mean
the.
about like.
I
I'm just
know
saying,
that was
I
the
just
church.
talking about the Romans.
I try not to say
the
nothing bad about them, but I don't necessarily.
Pontius
I'm not
Pilate.
Catholic.
Pontius Pilate. You know.
You know what that means? You know what the Catholic? You know what Catholic means? Catholic. Catholic means universal. It's the universal church. It was the first church. It was the church brought about by the apostles. I don't think it's perfect. Some people can't get away from that. You understand? And I understand that.
Oh, there we go. Keep talking about it.
I know. Here we go. Okay. I know.
Yeah.
Shit. You
You're
get me
getting,
on, dude.
yeah, don't
You
get
did that. You did that.
I
Fuck
know.
you.
I can do it. Quit. I'm telling you right now. But the thing is, it's the.
I'm incorrigible.
Okay, here's the deal. Here's the deal. Really, certain people in this world will never believe anything, or they'll believe everything. Okay, see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So those people are usually the same person because, for real, think about it. They're only going to believe what the government tells them, and they believe everything that the government tells you.
You're right. Hey, no, that's a problem.
I mean, that's it. I'm telling you. Right
That's
now.
a problem that I have.
How do
Hey,
you
dude.
think you can make me believe that 1947 in Roswell, New Mexico?
No, well, I
I'm
think
telling
that's
you that is the beginning
there's a
of
basic
our
flaw
era right now.
Yeah, there's a basic flaw.
Reverse
Hey, remember
technology,
you talking
baby.
about? You know what the
Guaranteed.
greatest deception the devil ever pulled off?
It was making everybody believe it didn't exist.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what this. And that's like a government conspiracy. One nation under God.
Well, the government does
One
not-
nation under God is one of the biggest.
but therefore, then we take it out
Lies.
of the schools. Come on.
Well, I know because they have most Most people. They don't have you. But they have most people believing.
It used to be one nation.
This is one nation under God.
But right now,
in God we trust.
Do you know, you'll never find a politician that's not crooked. I mean, look at Pelosi's got to be a demon. And I'll say that live. Pelosi is
every
a demon.
one of them. I don't care what side they're on.
You know what I mean?
That's what it is.
That's
what it is. It's
absolutely.
self-interest. The path of the righteous man? The righteous, okay. Yeah. He's beset on two sides. One side is the selfish. The selfish are going to they don't try to hurt you, but they're doing their own thing and they're trying to get their thing. The other side is the tyranny of evil men. There are people that are trying to do wrong. There are mean people and there are selfish people. Mm-hmm. Can you put yourself in the path between them? That's what your point is. Yeah. That's what God asks us to do. Can you not be this person? Can you not be that person? Can you walk the line? Mm-hmm. That's the line.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions.
That's true too. But do you understand what I mean? That's as simple as that. All these people are either being selfish or they're just trying to be flat out evil.
Yeah, man.
The tyranny of evil men.
Yes, absolutely. They know what they're doing. When a person, okay, I'm going to give you my opinion on people. I'm going to say it real quick. If a person says something to you, y'all being you, who's ever listening, intentionally to hurt you, if they say that intentionally to cause you pain, that person, you better believe, is evil.
Yes. What's the gospel?
I mean,
peace, harmony. You do unto others as you want to be done, and you're going to be selfless.
And a person that will lie to your face will rob you blind.
Yes, because there you go. They're being either selfish or they want something from you.
That's right.
Either they want what they want to get from you, or they just want to be mean to you and see you suffer.
Exactly. There's so many people out there that just don't like you because
it's not that. You know what I'm saying? It's not that complicated. There's some pretty simple stuff. If you will put it that way, it's not hard to see. And otherwise, you're somebody that.
Hey, like I said, it's you can call the Bible conspiracy. You can call
I mean, a lot of people do,
but
don't believe in it. So,
well, I feel sorry for them. I truly do.
Yeah.
And I was like, if you don't believe in Jesus, I want you to understand this: the ripping and tearing of your flesh from your body, the gnashing of teeth, and the gnashing of nails and gritting of teeth for the rest of your life. You won't see nobody. You won't see no friends because you got friends out there. Y'all, everybody knows. Everybody's got that one friend you know is going to hell. You're not going to be down there and see him give him a high five. You're going to hear his ass scream in the dark. You're not going to see anybody. It's not going to be a party
forever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to get down. No, it's not
going to be a P. Diddy party.
It's going to be P. Diddy parties for sure.
I suppose.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ain't no telling what's going to be happening to P. Diddy.
Yeah, that's going to be the screaming and the gnashing. And
P. Diddy's got something. Oh man, some sad. I don't even feel sorry for him. It should be a show. It should be a TV show about what's going to happen to him. Future of P. Diddy would be I guarantee you. We should start that. We should make our own movie, The Future of P. Diddy. I guarantee we'd go viral. This might go viral right now.
It's bound to.
Talking about P. Diddy. P. Diddy this, P. Diddy that.
Well, you might be condemned for P. Diddy.
Yeah, you might go to jail too.
Think about it though. Who can I even listen to anymore? R. Kelly, P. Diddy, Can't listen to nobody's music without being in the wrong.
Michael Jackson. Damn it.
Hey, Michael Jackson, I don't believe none of that shit. Nah. I don't think so. I don't believe that shit. I don't believe it. Well, I don't know why. Maybe I'm one of those small-minded people.
Be careful what you connect and what you don't connect.
I don't think he molested kids. I think he really truly loved kids, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think they made him look that way.
I think people can be really sick and do both. I think people can really be sick and do both.
Oh, not even know it?
Well, they can do both. Like I said, they can be really for kids, but they still have these cases. No, they have individual cases of this shit happening where they did this and even though they were overall this. People aren't perfect.
Yeah.
People ain't stupid though either. Hey,
no, you're right. There's I said, there's evil people that do evil things too.
It's that evil person that let his kids go over there and say, "Oh, look, he's got all the money in the world. We're going to send you over there, son," and say, "Hey, he touched me here."
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's the same way he had this other upbringing. You want to blame his parents and these other things that I don't know. But then there's other people that I want to say that were like prophets.
I'm just waiting for them to
what's
let
his name?
Out. Come on, let them out.
What's his name? The dude that had the people commit suicide. What's his name?
David Perez.
No, the other one. No, then
The 500 in South America?
It's 900 or something.
What was his name?
Jim Jones.
Jim Jones.
But
JJ.
And he was like a prophet before that.
Oh, was it GJ?
But if you look back and like people didn't know that he was doing this, he had the plan from the beginning. He was planning this subversive.
Absolutely.
Evil. You know what I mean?
He was evil.
Yes. But there's people that still believed all along the way. But you know what I mean? But you didn't know until the end that it was set up.
You damn bet you.
I know. It's hard to conceive.
You're blinded by
How many?
The devil can come to you. He's the angel of light, people.
I know, but
he
how
comes
many?
to you as exactly what you need
want.
to see at the time. So don't believe in a dream. This guy said, "Hey, I want you to go outside and cure yourself because God's ready for you." Hey, that's not God.
But he'd been grooming them for that.
That's right.
He'd been getting them ready for the same way with other cults and whatever.
Yeah.
But he was one that was like a mainstream. He was bringing everybody in,
Listen,
whatever. Multiracial.
Absolutely.
He had these people. And let's go down here in South America and we're going to start a city and da-da-da. Not that everybody was just swept away all the way. But he had a systemic. When you go back and look at it,
some people just need that.
Look at it from
structure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know. Yeah, you do. But I mean, when you look at it from the end,
not everybody.
That dude was an evil. He wasn't like a prophet gone wrong.
No structure.
It wasn't like he. You know what I mean? He wasn't a prophet going wrong and he went off the tracks.
Yeah.
No,
there's a bunch of those still everywhere.
He had the plan. He had the plan from the beginning, and he knew he was an evil.
Yep.
He knew what he was doing was what he wanted.
That reporter said, "Jerry Lee, I heard you sold your soul to the devil." He said, "I did." Next question. Never missed a lick. He never smiled. He didn't. He said, "I did."
And some other people too.
There's
I've
lots
seen
of
other people say that.
I'm telling you, that's a Jim Jones. It's like
that's what's
what it is.
scary. They knew
Yeah,
because he knew it from the start.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, did you, this?" Or like, "What would you do if you could sell your soul? What would you sell your soul for?"
My kids.
And then I know, but I mean, no, there's plenty of people. That's right.
That's
When you have them, they have an answer too quick.
Take me.
You know what? That answer's too quick.
Yeah, take me. Still take me.
Yep.
That's
right. I wouldn't.
Well, that's no. But do you hear me, dude?
That would be the thing that he could say, hold over my head.
Yeah.
Like, hey, if you'll do this for me, I'll give you kids back. You know, he's like,
Yeah.
oh man,
Exactly.
help me, God, help me now.
That's the bargain the devil
Help me,
made.
Jesus.
What's the bargain the devil made? What did you need?
Oh man, don't even get me started.
What did you need? Right? That's what I'm saying, though. That's it. That's it.
That's like the story of Job. People love the story of Job. The story of Job's terrible.
Yeah, it is.
He said, "Where have you been?" It's God sitting there with all God's children. And it's talking about the angels, and he says, "Hey,"
test.
he said, "They're sitting there, and God is mad." I mean, basically, and because they're waiting on Beelzebub, they're waiting on the devil. And he gets there, and he's like, "Hey, son, where have you been?" He said, "I've been between two worlds, trying to destroy man." He said, "And if it weren't for that damn Job, I done have them all." He said, "You can't. Job would never turn you." It was a bet, y'all.
I have a hard time with all that. It's like Abraham.
It was a bet, bro. It was a bet. No, I bet you I can make it be on my side. I bet you can't make it be on your side. He said, drop everything was farmer talk. Drop the hedge around from his heart. He said, I'll drop it from his heart, but I won't drop it from his soul. So you can turn his heart if he'll turn, but I'm telling you, he won't. But his soul will always be mine because he's my favorite or one of my favorite. You know what I'm saying? Basically.
His favorite, yeah.
Yeah. So hell, he destroyed everything he had, everything he loved. Everything. Of course, then he gave him a whole other family and wealth and everything else. But still,
Had to go through all
I
that.
know, yeah, but even then.
I can't wait for my wealth. Where my
It's
wealth at?
like, let's test Abraham.
Well, you know this life is bad. What am I redo?
Take your son. You got to kill your firstborn.
I didn't even get
Take
a
him
kiss.
up.
No,
I know, it's hard. I have a hard time with that. And
Right.
I have to study it.
Moses was a killer, man.
Moses was a murderer, easily.
Yeah, I bet you.
Easily. Moses is quite a character in the Bible. And I understand him better than some others. I understand that better than
He is the only person talked about from birth till end of life.
his
in the
whole
Bible
way.
is
Yeah.
Moses.
Yeah, he didn't have a gap.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I understand
He was
a
favored.
lot more his being a flawed human being than I do some of the others. It's hard. Like you talk about
You see that eye in the sky?
Job.
up there?
Talk about Job and
that?
Abraham and stuff like that. As far as
What is it?
like I said, others a struggle to study.
Oh, you're putting the guitar down?
That means
Put it down, but put it away, James.
Tara,
Put
what
it
time
away.
is it? What time?
Yeah,
is
it's about
We
time.
just-
I was about to
No,
tell you to
9:30
play.
it is.
I was about to tell you to play us out a song.
Oh, I got one.
Play us out.
Play us out a song,
You
and
got
then we'll.
one.
It was too square.
I was about to say,
I was too. I was like,
is the nuts coming
on
up?
down for these nuts.
Come on down for these nuts.
proud sponsor of this wild ass podcast is Love's Barbecue, where you can get you a nut and a mouth-watering steak.
Hey, you just gotta
Can you
pick
get and a free beer? You can't ask for more.
buck nut, squirrel nut.
That's the only restaurant guaranteed you get a nut, a mouth-watering steak, and a free beer. You know what I'm saying? That is a restaurant right there, boy. Yeah, there's like
That should bring people in.
that's a fact though. It's true, and
It is. I
and
didn't
it's
say that.
it's as bad as it for me. It's hard for me to say, but Love's nuts are good, yo. You know,
Love's nuts.
I mean, it is. It's squirrel
Them
nuts.
squirrel nuts was
You
good.
got the buck nuts.
Them boys are good.
Come on down.
I mean,
to
they are
Love's.
good. So.
Them nuts is good.
Come on down to
You
Love's
can
and
actually
enjoy
get
the
real
nuts.
nuts every once in a while. Calf fries, he has
Yeah.
it every once in a while.
Yeah.
That's true.
But I'm telling you right now, you go get some of them buck nuts.
Them nuts are always on the menu.
They are always
Damn
good
nuts.
too. That's just so wrong.
I think we got the best nuts.
I don't know about the best nuts, but it's close to
Well,
it.
you
I got
haven't-
pretty good nuts.
I
I've
think
been
you
told.
having trouble with the nut top.
We're just nutty.
We're just nutty, buddy.
They absolutely do have the best nuts. You know,
Well, there's probably some more nuts coming. That's just what they got. That's just what there is so far. You just gonna have to be.
hear it coming. Quit turning
You're just gonna have to be satisfied with the nuts they have now.
No, they're great.
I believe.
I mean, I've never been there and was not satisfied with the nut.
The nuts.
The nut. Hey,
Well, you can choose nuts.
Yeah, it's more than
I
one.
mean-
Hey, it's more than one variety of
You
nut.
can go with all the nut.
You can get any
Nut,
kind, almost
bug
any kind of nut you
squirrel
want.
nut. We got.
we got your nut.
They got your nut.
And it's delicious, y'all.
You just got to come on down and try.
Come on down to the little
It was
old
three.
Chillicothe.
Well, it was three crazy friends in a haunted hospital in a small town in Texas.
Couldn't quit the nut.
Started up a show so they might get to talk about that nut. Loves barbecue. Be easy, baby.
Be easy,
Down for the
baby.
nuts.
Yeah, I got one coming, y'all. Though, just hey, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Stay listening.
It's all the work in progress.
Tonight, we're going to say goodbye for the Be Easy podcast. And we will be talking to you soon. But until then, I'm Bucky. Earl.
I'm Zach.
We are at the Be Easy podcast, and we will see you
and
later.
great. How sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. 'Cause I once was lost, but now I found. I was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. And how precious did my grace appear the hour I first believed. My chains are gone, and I've been set free. My Lord, my Savior, He's ransomed me. And like blood, His mercy reigns unending love. Amazing and when we've We've been there 2,000 years, bright shining as the sun. There's no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. My chains are gone, I've been set free. My Lord, my Savior, He's ransomed me in like blood. His mercy reigns, unending love, amazing grace, and like blood. His mercy reigns, unending love, amazing grace.